Well, that's it. No more pigs. Hi, my name is Melissa, and my family and I have a 5-acre homestead in Wisconsin, and we share our homestead journey on this channel. Today, we are going to talk about pigs. We have been raising pigs for, I don't know, I don't even know how many years on our homestead. Different types of pigs. We started out with like commercial pigs that we would get the runts and get a whole bunch of them, and some of them made it, some of them didn't, and we'd raise them out. And then we got a batch of red wattles. We loved those. We kind of have like gone around here and there, and everyone tried different kinds of pigs, and we raised them for butchering. And then we found a couple of Kunekunes, and this was about 3 years ago. And this was kind of like when Kunis were just the trend was kind of starting a little bit, and we found a purebred Kuni sow or a gilt, and a half Kuni, half large black sow. She had already had a litter, and we got them both, hoping that we could start raising Kunekunes because we had heard about how great they are as a homestead pig. They're small, they do great on pasture, they don't require a lot of food, they don't root up as much. All these great things about Kunis. They're friendly, they're easy to handle, they have easy litters, all this stuff. So we're like, all right, let's try it. We got a fairly good deal, and yes, real Kunis, because now that's the problem. Finding real Kunis that aren't like a bajillion dollars. Anyway, we lucked out in that sense, and so we had Kunis, and we had some litters, and it was great. We borrowed a boar, which was wonderful. Our friends also got into Kunis, and they got a boar, and so he'd come over and have some months with the ladies, and it was wonderful. It worked out so well. We traded, we bartered. It was so perfect. And like I said, we had a few litters. Our crossbred, she came bred. She was bred when we got her, and she only had 3 that litter. She had a really, really little litter, but that's all right. It was fine. It was our first experience. She did great. The second time she had, I'm not going to get these numbers right, but she had like 9. It was a lot different. And then the third time, I think she had 11. Yeah. No, I don't remember. She had a lot. She was a great mom. Excellent mom. Like the best sow ever. She was huge. She got really, really big because she was half large black. We knew that. No big deal. And we were always scared that she would squish the babies, right? But she was so good. Oh, such a good mom. She would like slowly lean over and like wait. Okay, I don't hear any squealing. Okay, and then she'd lay down, and oh my gosh, she was never squished a baby. She was so good. And then we had the purebred Kuni, who she ended up having 1 litter here, and she wasn't the greatest mom at first. Funny thing is that our other sow, they were having babies at the same time in the same pen, and the babies were, both sows were mothering everyone's babies, and then when the second sow had her babies, she was confused because she was like, I'm already mothering these ones. What's coming out of me? Anyway, she delivered the placenta, and then she was good, and she mothered those babies so well. Great. But so we had great success with sows. But when it came to actually raising out Kunekunes for meat, for consumption, for our family, was it worth it? And the answer is no. We loved Kunis. As far as their personality, that was a check. Yes, they had great personalities. Were they wonderful mothers? Yes, check. Great mothers. Did they not eat very much? Check. It did not require a lot of groceries. They were great that way. Easy keepers? Check. Yes. We don't have the facility to actually have them on pasture, but we would give them a lot of grass and a lot of scraps and a lot of stuff like that. So they did excellent with that. Check. Yes, yes, yes. Was it worth growing them out for food? No, no, it wasn't. It wasn't for us. Not saying it can't be for others. Some people are going to be like, oh my goodness, coonies are the best. Yeah, they're wonderful. I have nothing against coonies, but for us, no, they didn't. It wasn't worth it for us to raise out an animal for 16, 18 months, I think it ended up being, and get a 40-pound carcass. And the meat was delicious too. That I didn't talk about that. The meat was really, really good. Yes, it was really good. Was it like phenomenal, the best meat I've ever had? No. I mean, but it was really, really good. Like, no qualms with the meat. But it was just a matter of the time it took to put into those coonies and the return we got. It really, when you factor in, because we still had to feed them, like they didn't eat a lot, but they still ate. And you can't feed them too much, then you get like a really, really, really fat pig. They are a lard breed. So yeah, they did have a lot of lard on them, and I used that lard, and that lard is delicious, and we're still using it. We'll be using it for a while. That's awesome. But as far as the meat, I mean, our pork chops are little. So we have to eat like 10 pork chops at a meal for our family. So we end up like putting like 6 of them in the freezer for our family. Granted, we really only eat what we raise. So we raise our own beef, we raise our own pork, we raise our own chicken. We hunt for venison, and what else? We raise our own turkeys. We hunt for rabbit and squirrel. So we pretty much we need a lot of meat. We have a family of 5, so and the 2 boys eat more than I do, and my husband, of course. So we just needed a lot, and so 6 of those went in our freezer, and I'm like, gosh, this is what one normal pig could have. 2 of them let me clarify. 6 of them we consumed. 2 of them we did like we smoked them, whole pig, rotisserie style, big thing, pig roast. We had a pig roast. We did 2 of those. One we did for my CSA customers. We had like a thank you, meal at the end of our CSA last year, and we roasted one. Delicious. And then we were like, well, while we're doing it, let's put another one on there. And we did that, roasted a second one, and we put it in the freezer. We just bagged it up and put it in the freezer so we can pull out a bag of delicious roast pork. So that was good. And then we ended up butchering and putting in the freezer 4 of them for us. And we made the bacons and made the hams and all that stuff. So long story short, consensus is we're done with coonies. We loved our sows. We had the hardest time deciding that we were done with coonies. The other thing I did not touch on was selling the piglets. So we never intended on raising out all of those, but the market got flooded, and people realized the same thing that we're realizing. If I get this piglet, I'm gonna have to raise it for 18 months, and I'm gonna get a small return. Do I really want that? And it got really hard to sell them. Really hard. No one wanted them. Essentially, no one wanted them. They wanted full-size pigs. So, hi, Apple. So, so we ended up with more than we had hoped for, but it's all right. We were fine with eating, what we grew. So we had a really hard time deciding to sell the girls because they were such good moms. We knew we did not want to butcher them and put them in the freezer. For one, we don't have any freezer room left, and for 2, and we have enough pork. But 2, they're just too good. They were too good. It's really hard. They were too sweet. They were so sweet. So we decided that we would put them up for sale, and we decided that we would just see what would happen. And I knew that I would find the person that was supposed to have them, and we prayed about it, really hoping they'd go together because they were like like this. They were besties. They'd raise each other's babies, and they were so good together. And sure enough, we got a call, and this lovely couple came, and they picked them up, and they are going to be mamas at their house, and they have an operation there where they're going to be on pasture all the time, and they're going to be so happy. I know they're happy there already. They've been gone a little while, and so it was just like, thank you, Lord. Like, I knew that, in my heart, I felt so like at peace. Like, this is okay. This is what it's supposed to be. It's okay. We can fail sometimes, right? It wasn't really a failure as much as it was a learning experience. And we decided that it just wasn't for us. And I'm glad we figured that out sooner rather than later, before we got too invested in it. And we never bought a boar or anything like that. Okay, so what are we going to do now? Are we done with pigs? No. So we are going to try again. We're going to try again, because that is what homesteading is. You have to, in this life, you have to be willing to admit defeat and try again and try something different, because you never know what's going to actually work, okay? So we are going to be getting more pigs. We are not going back to the commercial style pig again. I think we just we realized that we don't necessarily, we don't want commercial pigs, okay, your Yorks or Berks, those that don't have any fat, that are pretty tasteless. They're better when you raise them your own, but we just didn't want but we also don't want the extreme of the Coonies, okay? That's like opposite spectrums, sort of. But so we kind of wanted something in the middle. So we are getting some pasture pork mixed breeds. They're heritage breed sow, or actually we're getting gilts. So we are picking up 2 heritage breed mixed breed gilts. I don't ever remember what they are mixed with. I'll get it down. But right now I've got so much in my brain with planting and finishing homeschool and all that I have no space for it. But they're mixed with something, and I'll write it right here, somewhere down here. I will write it. I will put it in there. And this gentleman that we found, this breeder, and he he doesn't normally sell bred gilts, but we have been talking to him, and he's decided to help us out and get us a couple of those to get us started. So we're getting 2 bred gilts, and he raises them on pasture, and he's very like-minded. He likes to he operates his farm very similar to us, and like I said, my husband has had a lot of conversations with him, and we are really, really positive and hopeful that this is going to work. So that's what's on the horizon for the homestead. Every year there's something new. This year it's different pigs. So we will be getting them. It was going to be tomorrow, in a couple of days. I'm not really sure. Like I said, my husband's dealing with that. And yeah, we're really, really hopeful that they will be good moms. I'm a little bit anxious about that, because with gilts and we're buying 2 of them. I kind of just wanted 1, but chicken math, pig math, it's all the same. So we could end up with a bajillion piglets. We could end up with 5. Who knows, right? But we're looking forward to it, because they don't necessarily grow out as fast as a commercial pig. They're not going to be like 6 months and done. But they might be more like 8 months or 10 months or something like that. So it's still not, like I said, it's kind of in the middle. We're kind of meeting it in the middle. We're not at 6 months. We're not at 18 months. We're going to be around 10 months-ish, hopefully. So stay tuned, and hopefully we'll have a video coming out with some cool, cute pigs. I don't even know what they look like. I hope they're kind of cool, colorful. I don't know. We had black ones, so it'd be fun to have a little color. Again, and yeah, hopefully we'll have some sweet pigs that take really good care of their babies, and we have a bunch of babies. And then if that works out, if they end up being good moms, then we will probably get a boar and breed our own. So yay, that's exciting. So pigs, we failed. We learned a lesson. Pigs, Kunekune pigs, not for us. Not for us. But we're not giving up, and we are going to try a different type of pig. So stay tuned for that. All right. Well, thank you for joining me today in this short little blurb about my pig experience. And I hope Maybe you learned something. Maybe I helped you out with something or whatnot. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the description below, and I will see you next time. Bye.